Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are all doing amazing. I know it's been a little minute since I posted, so I thought I'd come on here and kind of do a little life update. I know in my last video I talked about how I was going to do my 2026 vision board, kind of like vision board tour, and I did record that basically when I said I was going to record it. I just haven't gotten around to editing and uploading it yet. But I'm really gonna try to do it. I've genuinely been so busy since 2026 started. Sorry if you hear the vacuum in the background. My mom's vacuuming downstairs. I hope you can still hear me. But yeah, I've been genuinely so busy. I feel like everyone's been saying January was the longest year ever, and I feel like that's so true. I just had so many things going on. But fun things, good things, knock on wood. Yeah, I don't want to like talk too good about 2026 because it did just start and I don't want to jinx anything. But yeah, lots of good things went down that I want to share with you and talk about. My life update. It's crazy that it's only February because I feel like I have so many months worth to catch you up on, but it was literally like a month and a half. But let's get into it. I have my tablet with literally like my Photos app pulled up so I can jog my memory of all the things that happened. But yeah, so my year started off with the Spider-Man exhibit and my little Chicago day trip and my stepsister's 19th birthday, and I vlogged all that in my last video. So if that interests you, you should go check that out. But then after that, I had my first pickleball tournament of 2026 on January 11th, and the curse was broken. I had not won a pickleball tournament in over a whole year. None of 2025 did I win a single pickleball tournament, and that was crazy. Like, that's so crazy. It definitely had me kind of like in a rut as far as pickleball goes. I compete in a lot of tournaments with my dad. We do like mixed doubles, and the fact that I didn't win a single 2025 when, as you guys know, I've already spoken a little bit about it, 2025 was all around a really bad year for me. That included as part of it. But my first tournament of 2026, and we broke the curse. That literally felt like it's 2026, new year, new me. That felt so amazing. My dad and I got second place. We got silver in a mixed doubles pickleball tournament, and that was so exciting and just made me feel so good. I could not stop smiling. That just felt so good coming out of 2025. And yeah, it's kind of where the year started off, going good for pickleball. Then what else? I've been hanging out with some friends a lot, reconnecting with some people from high school. That's been really nice, really fun. My new semester has started at college with my new classes. I have an acting class, which is really fun. I've been enjoying that a lot. I also had some auditions at school. I was going to do an in-person audition for one of them. It was for a one-act, student-directed, student-written, student-acted film festival thing. Not film festival, one-act festival. And I was gonna audition in person, but Michigan weather lately, I'm sure you guys have heard everywhere on the news. We were literally like snowstorms galore. We were in a polar vortex, literally like -30. I'm in my head right now because in my last video I kept saying literally so much, and now every time I say it I'm like, stop. Okay. Call me out if I say literally too much, please, because I'm trying to. It's only when I film. I'm not like that in real life. It's literally. So yeah, we were in a polar vortex and just so much snow, everything. So I was supposed to have an in-person audition for the One Act Festival, but I ended up doing a video submission, like self-tape. And I think it went pretty good. Yeah. I emailed it in. Yeah, I think it was as good as it was gonna get, honestly. I think I just didn't have a very good monologue picked out. I just like did one that I had memorized from a high school audition, and I think I need to retire that monologue. It was the Ricky's "I love you" speech from High School Musical, the musical, the series. Love Joshua Bassett, but like, I think I need to retire that monologue. So I didn't get a call back or anything for that, which like, okay, I was kind of not super like invested in doing that show either, just because each of the one acts are like 2 minutes long. So I'm like, okay, like, yeah. And then like a week later, I had another audition. It was for Our Town, also at school. Which, again, college productions, more legit, harder to get roles. Tons of people audition for them. But yeah, I had everything good to go, picked out. I was like going to audition, which very out of my comfort zone, the fact that I was even auditioning. But also, this was my first in-person audition that was like kind of legit. Like, I had only ever auditioned in person for high school shows, which obviously is a lot less professional, and also I went to a small private school, so the class sizes, you were kind of getting the same like 15 people auditioning for every show. So this was definitely out of my ballpark. I was also going alone. The one callback I had in a college setting, I had friends there with me, but I was going into this alone, blindly. But anyways, I had everything all set up, and a couple days prior to that, we had found out that the US Open for pickleball was doing their like registration. You could like enter. Basically how it happens is it's the biggest tournament in the country of the year. Like, it is a huge deal. It's the US Open. Like, you hear US Open, you're like, tennis, but like, you're like, that's a big thing. So it's crazy. People from all 50 states come to compete in this, and basically how it goes is you enter a raffle to even get selected to play in the tournament. So my dad and I were like, why not? Let's enter the raffle. We're probably not going to get picked. So we enter the raffle, and it says you're going to find out if you got in the day that I was actually auditioning for my show. And then I found out that the show I was auditioning for, Our Town, if I got a role, the performances are the exact weekend as the US Open. So I was kind of like, oh, well, like, I guess this is a good and a bad thing, because bad thing, if I get into the US Open and I get a role, I have to choose. But also good thing, because it could be a win-win situation. If I get into the US Open but don't get a role, then I get that. If I get a role but don't get into the US Open, then I get that. So it was kind of this like, I didn't know what way it was gonna end up until the day of the audition. So it was the day of the audition, and I get the email from the US Open saying that I was selected to like be in the tournament, which is a huge deal. One of my pickleball coaches actually has entered the last couple years and has not gotten selected. So that was like crazy, and I was like, this is like a big deal that I got selected. So my dad and I got into the tournament, but I still had my audition that night. So I'm like, well, now I'm kind of hoping that I don't get a part, because it was just this kind of thing of what's a bigger deal, because the US Open for pickleball, that's like insane. Even getting to say that I played in that is crazy, and the fact that I got selected, like, this could be a once in a lifetime thing. But also getting a role in a college play, I feel like personally is a huge deal, and like I feel like that could lead to opportunities furthering in like an acting field too. So I was kind of like at this point of, I kind of hope I don't get a role, because the US Open seems like a really big deal and like it'd be so much fun. Also, the US Open is in Florida, so it's like we'd have to like travel for it, and a Florida trip sounds so fun too. So I have an audition. I think it actually went really well. I was proud of myself for even auditioning, because I was so scared beforehand. Again, I was going in blind, going in alone. And then I got there and they said like I had to do like a slate and stuff, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, I was just actually freaking out. But I also 60 people auditioned. So I was sitting in the like waiting room, I guess. We were all like put in a theater waiting to be called in for audition. I was number like 32 out of 65 or something. So I was waiting for a hot minute, just like kind of like, I was honestly people watching. I was just looking around at everybody like, what are they feeling right now? What are they doing right now before the audition? So I had that, and after the audition, I was just kind of like, what happens, happens, because I was going to find out that night if I got a call back, and so, yeah, I was pretty, like, anticipating it, and then when I didn't get a call, I was like, okay, I get to do the US Open, and I was honestly happy with that, because 60 people auditioned for the show, and only 30 got called back, and only 20 got roles. So, like, it really doesn't, like, hurt my feelings or mean anything to my ego that I didn't get a call back or didn't get a role or anything. I was just so proud of myself that I even did it. And got to do the US Open. So that's actually coming up in a little bit. It's in April. It's in Naples, Florida. So we haven't booked our flights yet. We still need to get our flights, but we got a nice hotel we're gonna stay at, and we are already making plans. We're getting there. Our division plays on Saturday, but we're gonna get there Wednesday night so that we'll have all of Thursday and Friday to adjust, because that's gonna be a big thing, is adjusting to the humidity and the heat going from 0 degrees Michigan to Florida, which it is in April, so hopefully we'll be like a little more warmed up by then. But we've also had hail and snow in April in Michigan before, so it's really hard to say. But we're getting there 2 days early to adjust to the weather and everything, but also to just have fun and just enjoy Florida, go to the beach, go to the pool, stuff like that. So I am so excited for that. Big travel year for me. I lightly touched on it, I think, in my video that is not out yet. So I'll talk about it now, actually. So I have New York. I'm going to New York in 3 weeks for my spring break. It's literally the first week of March, but it's our college spring break. Going to New York. I'm so excited. Anyone who knows me knows I'm obsessed with New York. I love New York. You need New York, you know New York, you know you need unique New York. So yeah, I'm so excited for that. We're gonna see Joshua Bassett's final performance as Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors. Then we might be seeing Hell's Kitchen, and then there was one other show that we were thinking about seeing. So that's really exciting. And then we're going to go to the Met, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. So excited. I've been wanting to go there. This will be my 3rd time going to New York, and every single time I want to go there because of the Met Gala, honestly, is why I've wanted to go there, because that's where the Met Gala takes place. But as I mentioned before, I'm very deep into my Percy Jackson phase right now, and obviously the Met is a big part of that, and I'm so excited for that. And then we're also gonna go to the Museum of Natural History, which isn't where Night at the Museum was shot, but it's kind of where it takes place, and they have the whole guide of like the things, like kind of a like guide of things that were in the movie or like based on the movie and stuff that you can go see. So I'm so excited for that. I've been really wanting to go to a museum lately, and we did go to a museum for the Spider-Man thing, but that wasn't the type of museum I wanted to go to. I want to go to like an art museum. That was kind of a museum of like trains and like science. It was a science museum, but I want to see like art museum, and I'm so excited to go to those museums. So I have New York, then I have the US Open in April, and then in July I'm going to Toronto for like a week. We're actually going there for the 4th of July, which is kind of weird because like it's gonna be weird being there for the 4th of July because obviously we're gonna be in Canada, which is not America. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting because like usually I'm assuming like there's gonna be fireworks, we're gonna be celebrating and stuff, but like we're kind of gonna be undercover Americans in Canada. I actually heard that their Independence Day is like around then too, but I think it's like July 2nd or something, and we're going I think like July 3rd or July 4th or something. So that's going to be a little weird being there for the 4th of July, America's Independence Day in Canada. So it's kind of funny, but yeah, my Mama's birthday is July 5th. So we're going to be there for her birthday. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be like a big family trip. And then my mom actually just messaged me that she has a work trip in LA and asked me if I maybe wanted to go. So that's in May. I've never been to LA, but I've always wanted to go. Can you imagine if I went to New York, LA, Florida, Toronto in like the span of like 3 months? That'd be so crazy. This is my year of traveling. I love traveling. But anywho, back on topic of my current life update. Percy Jackson. I finished the 2nd book and the 3rd book, and I'm on the 4th book, which is crazy because I literally don't read. I never read, but I somehow can just lock in on these books. I love them so much. I'm so invested, and I feel so like in the loop that I know what's gonna happen in the next season now before it even comes out. I feel like I can be like the book fans that are like posting and they're like, I can't believe this happened, or oh my gosh, wait till this episode happens. I just feel like a real fan that I'm like in the loop. So that's been exciting. That I've also been reading. I've been kind of trying to stay off my phone a little bit, but also I haven't been completely, but like I've been reading, so that's a win for me. Yeah, and then that kind of brings us to my life kind of now. Honestly, I'm kind of hitting a little rut. As happy and good as all the things I just said are, the last couple days I've been a little down in the dumps. I'm just kind of in this really difficult stage of my life where I don't know what I want to do with my life, and I'm kind of trying to find my purpose. Like, I just have all these things in my head of what I want to do, and I just feel like I'm not doing them. I am really struggling with school right now because I don't have a major and I don't know what I want my major to be, and college feels like a waste of time, effort, and money. College costs a lot. I do pay for my own college with my own money that I work very hard for at my job, and that's kind of all my money goes to lately. I do have these fun trips coming up, which I am definitely like money contributing for, and that's kind of like my like breaks, I guess. My happy time is when I'm doing things that are not school and work, and I just am having this hard time of kind of figuring out what's next for me. I don't love school. I love the idea of school. I love the idea of being in college. I like my acting class. I like random classes. I like walking around campus and saying I'm in college, but I just don't like it. I think I just need to figure out what I want to do with my life, and that would help me to be more motivated. But I just really want to help people and make a difference in the world, and I just feel like I have such big dreams and aspirations, and I don't know how to mend those together into one thing and like do it. And that's where I'm really struggling right now. Yeah, struggling with finding my purpose, figuring out what I'm meant to do in life. So there's that. Also, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. I went through a breakup last year towards the end of the year around October, when I started going to therapy. But yeah, I went through a breakup. We were together almost 2 years. This is my first Valentine's Day in 2 years not having somebody, so just kind of dealing with that too, feeling a little alone and down, but trying to make the most of it. My family definitely helps. They definitely show me the love for Valentine's Day. My mom got me Spider-Man boxers and a thing of like Dunkin' Donuts chocolates, And then my mamaw got me a little heart box of chocolates. And on Valentine's Day tomorrow, my mom and I are going to go to our local coffee shop who's doing like a Galentine's celebration. And there's gonna be like pop-up vendors and stuff, so that's gonna be exciting. Tonight we're actually gonna go to Ross Dress for Less, the store. They just dropped a bunch of Valentine's Day Spider-Man stuff and just Spider-Man stuff in general. So we're gonna go there tonight so that I can get an outfit tour tomorrow. And also hopefully some outfits for New York because they look so cute and I love to be on theme when I'm in New York, like Spider-Man or New York things. So I'm excited about that. And then tomorrow I'm doing the coffee shop thing, and then tomorrow night, this might sound weird, but I'm sure some of you have heard about it. White Castle celebrates Valentine's Day. You make a reservation and they actually decorate for Valentine's Day. They put a little like candle on the table, they lay out chocolates and heart placemats, and they make it seem like this fancy thing, but it's literally White Castle, like little fast food place. So it's actually been a tradition at my dad's house to go there on Valentine's Day. They do it every year, but the last few years my sister and I have been like out with our boyfriends. But my sister's boyfriend is they're long distance, so he's not really here for Valentine's Day. And obviously I'm on my own this year. So me, my sister, and my dad and my stepmom, we're going to Valentine's Day at White Castle. That's gonna be exciting. And then after that, I think we're just gonna watch the new episode of Traitors at home. And that's my Valentine's Day plans. So still doing fun things. And then like next weekend, I'm doing a Galentine's with my work friends. And then the same day, actually, next Saturday morning, I'm doing a Galentine's brunch with my one friend. So yeah, just trying to enjoy the little things to keep upbeat, distractions, while I kind of figure things out. Definitely have a lot of exciting things coming up to look forward to. I just trying to find my purpose in the world, and that's hard right now. I think that's natural too, being 18 and a freshman in college. I think that's kind of where a lot of people kind of hit this feeling of what comes next and what am I supposed to be doing with my life. Yeah, that's kind of my life update right now. Oh, I also forgot to mention, my sister had her 21st birthday, and we went out for a fancy dinner on her birthday, and then we also had a big birthday party here, which was a lot of fun. I think that was the last thing I wanted to mention. But yeah, that's kind of my life update. Lots of exciting things. Also some not so exciting things, but we're working through it. Just need to take it one day at a time. And yeah, that's my ramble, my life update. I'm gonna try to be more active and posting more. Please go check out my other socials though. I post on Instagram a lot, my stories specifically. I post on there a lot. I've been posting on TikTok more. And that's kind of the extent of my other socials, but you should definitely go check those out if you want more frequent content. But thank you so much for watching. Love you guys so much. Subscribe, like, comment down below, words of advice, if you're going through anything similar, what you want to see next, etc. But yeah, I will see you in the next one.